Thank you for joining us on the Hasbro Pulse Fan First Tuesday live stream. I'm Ryan with the Marvel Legends marketing team. I'm joined by two of my best friends, Dwight and Dan here. How are you guys doing today?
Hey guys, doing good, Ryan. How about yourself, man?
Doing good. I actually probably should have put a cap on. I noticed I'm the one left out here. But thank you all for joining us today, fans. We've got some exciting things to show you. We've got some Build-A-Figure Wave news, maybe a couple of other surprises. We've been scampering around last minute, adding some more surprises to the agenda today, so stay tuned throughout. It won't be the longest live stream today, but we've got it action-packed with some great info and a nice announcement at the end. So let's kind of just jump right in. This is, not a secret anymore. Thank you, social media, for doing part of Dan and I's job here with the reveal last night. But of course, yes, we did want to talk about the last one of the last waves for the year. So we have our Legends Venom assortment, which you guys probably already saw. Venom movie came out in 2018. It was great. We enjoyed seeing Tom Hardy, his take on the character. I kind of loved when he jumped into the tank there at the restaurant and eating the lobsters. It was crazy. And we hadn't done a Legends Venom movie figure to this date. So we're really happy to put one out now. The way reference kind of works with the Sony films is we get it on a slightly different timeline. So it's been a little bit delayed, but thank you, fans, for staying patient. So let's take a look at our first figure for this wave. It is the long-awaited movie Venom figure here in really fantastic movie packaging. So let's take a closer look at this figure, Dwight. All new sculpt here. Talk him through it.
Yeah, he's an all-new sculpt. He's really tall. I'm guessing he's around he's 6 base, 7.5, 8 inches tall. He's pretty big. He's got kind of our new articulation that we have on that retro Spider-Man that everybody loves. It's got the reverse ab crunch and the rocker as well, so you can get him down in some really cool, creepy, low crouch poses. He comes with alternate parts. He's got tongue and no tongue head. He has fist and claw hands, and it's got that white slime kind of fading off on his torso and shoulders and the backs of his forearms. So he also looks kind of properly wet. He's got kind of a semi-gloss to gloss mold finish to kind of make him look a little bit more sinewy to better match the movie reference. And he's a pretty cool figure. Everything you'd expect. Here he is as far as in scale. So here he is scaled next to a older Marvel Legends Miles figure, just for an idea. So he's pretty massive as he was in the film, and pretty sweet looking figure. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it.
Yeah, he's really large. Also 2 per case collectors, so anyone interested should be able to get one pretty easily. Moving on to the rest of the wave, we're going to go big here with the Build-A-Figure, which you probably have seen. I think people have been mostly excited about it. It is none other than Venom Pool here. Probably, I think he's definitely actually in my top 3 Build-A-Figures for the year, probably after Strong Guy and Sugar Man. But this was also an all-new sculpt based off of the Contest of Champions game, and this character debuted there. So Dwight, show him a little bit more about the awesome Venom Pool.
Yeah, Venom Pool is really big, and he's even bigger than the theatrical Venom that we just showed by a half inch or so. So he is also massive. He's got a giant backpack that has 2 giant meat cleaver swords, alternate hands. He has C grips for his swords, and he has claw grips for slashing and tearing. He has a standard ab crunch rotation on his torso. Ginormous shoulders, really good range of motion on his head and neck for some cool posing, and he's just massive. Once again, another really big chunk of plastic. So, big guy, couple of big swords, backpack, and some extra hands. So everything you would need for this guy. It's pretty sweet.
Can't wait to get him on this shelf back here, and really love how we were able to include 2 sets of hands. So you can have kind of the open hands with the swords in the backpack, or holding both swords, or any combination of that. So he is the Build-A-Figure in this wave. Let's go to one of the core figures in the wave. Who do we have next up here? We have, I'm trying to remember. We have Carnage, of course. So this is a new design as well. Comes with the Venom Pool head, and based on a little bit of the inspiration from the latest goings on in the comics. Let's take a closer look at this Carnage figure here. He's got new sculpting details, I think, all over his body. Got some tendrils on the back, and that new head with the spiral kind of symbol on there, right, Dwight?
Yeah, we've done 3 Carnages. Or no, that's not true. We actually did one back in our Spider-Man Origins line. So we've done 4 Carnage figures. The first one was kind of bare bones. Then we came back and revisited with on the modern body, and then the newer version that came with the alternate blade arm and giant-sized claw with the alternate Cletus head. So this one goes next to our new Carnage. That is the big difference is the entire body is sculpted from scratch. He's about the same scale. He's a little bit more thin and sinewy, but he's around the same height as the previous Carnage. The big difference is the entire body has sculpted muscle sinew texture. So where the last couple Carnages have been smooth, this guy's got all sorts of grossness going on. We gave him a more classic head, which you see here. And then, yeah, as Ryan just said, and in the press image, we have the absolute Carnage alternate style head. The body's not quite accurate for how it ended up in the books, but it is a really cool variation that you can mix and match and make your own version of Carnage for your shelf.
So, wow, 3 for 3 off the bat. 3 all new sculpted figures. The next one isn't all new, but it's got some new parts here. So let's take a look at him. It is Phage here. So yeah, we're slowly completing that Life Foundation Symbiote 5 team. I believe we had Lasher, Scream, and maybe one more I'm forgetting. But this is the next entry in this series here. He's got an awesome alternate weapon piece as well.
Yeah, his base body is our Bucky Cat body, but he's got new forearms and shins and a little backpack piece with those black blades that he has popping out all over his body. And either his left or his right claw hand can be removed and switched into that symbiote blade that you see in the image on screen right now. So yeah, so you have Phage, and then you've got the alternate blade arm piece that just pops off whichever hand you want. Snap it on. There it is. And then you can have an alternate weapon for slicing and dicing.
If you'd like to see this team completed, I think we have 2 more characters. Let us know in the comments, and we'll add it to our list there. We were just so excited to jump right in. I forgot to kind of bring up, too, that this wave, so these 6 figures in this Venom Pool Build-A-Figure wave, will be going up for pre-order later today on the Pulse and other retailers starting at around 1 o'clock. So stay tuned for later this afternoon. And now I'm going to kick it over to Dan to walk us through the last 3 figures.
Yeah, as you guys know, I'm more of a kind of late in the collecting game, so I missed out on the Morbius that we did a long time ago. So I'm very happy to announce that in this wave, we have a new version of Morbius. Dwight, which costume? It's the 90s version, right? Am I correct? I'm just super excited.
You're right, Dan. It's a version from the 90s. We did the more classic look once again a couple years back. And this is a more 90s version. It's got all sorts of leathery, strappity, buckledy things, 90s, where all those leather jackets and things came from. Tattered purplish cape and a really cool head sculpt. He's got his mouth open to reveal his fangs. The hair is blown back on this version, where the prior version was a little bit more calm. It's missing its cape. It's not so easy for me to find the bits and pieces in my around my house. If I was in the office, I'd have everything possible to show you guys, because you guys know my wall behind me is a massive pile of figures. At my house, though, however, things are a little bit more chaotic. So you only get to see bits and pieces of figures because I can't always find all the right parts. So here's old Morbius next to new Morbius, but they look really cool. Crazy windblown hair this time around. And he also comes with fisticuffs, and you can pop them off. And he's got little wrist bracelets that you got to make sure you don't lose, put the wrist bracelets back on, pop on his claw hands, and he's got awesome slashing claw fingers as well. So once again, a pretty cool figure based off of a different variation from what we've done in the past.
Yeah, we all know that a new movie of Morbius is coming, so hit on the live stream. Let us know in the comments section if you want us to also make, possibly a movie version of that. I think Jared Leto, that'd be cool, right, Dwight?
That would be awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to see what he looks like in the film. That's the that's one of the fun mysteries of the Sonyverse side of it. Some of these other characters we don't see quite as much about it before the movies come out. So one thing, it's cool, it's exciting for us to go see the movies because we don't know what to expect, which is awesome. It's just a little bit tougher for us to get the toys out pre-film. So Venom was possible because we had the designs from Venom from movie 1 to activate on. But we don't know too much about Venom 2, so we're in the same symbiote dark as everybody else. So we're just as excited as all the fans are to see what comes next.
Dwight, are you saying that it's nice to be surprised by things sometimes?
I actually
not have things spoiled for us.
I actually enjoy being surprised by things, Ryan. The internet is a dark and horrible place, and it quite often takes some thunder away from our wonderful thought-out presentations. But I guess it all comes from a place of passion, because if the fans are dying to know more, you can't fault them for wanting to dive in there and find out whatever secrets they can.
We love the passion. I just had to throw that in there. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no. We're just going to rise above it, you know what I mean? So no more haterade. It's just a battle, But let's finish off this wave. So these two figures that Dwight's going to show us, we kind of revealed at New York Toy Fair. The first one is Ghost Spider. This is all based off of season 3 from Marvel's Spider-Man, the animated series, which is really focused on the Maximum Venom line. So the first character is Ghost Spider.
Yeah, I got to throw a shout out to Ben and his team too. The packaging on the Venom wave with the inverted colors is really, really sweet. It looks really cool and different from most of our legends. So Ben and his team is doing an amazing job, as always, with the really cool graphical treatment that they take to this line. So, I'm sure he'll keep up the great work. But yeah, this is a Ghost Spider. We've done a couple of Spider-Gwen. She's had a couple name changes over the years in the past. This figure probably has the longest tongue of any action figure I've ever worked on. It's really weird and gross coming out of the bottom of her jaw, going the full length all the way down to the floor. So she's pretty gross. Her ballet slippers have turned into spikety, pointy feet, and the hood really sits far over her face, recessing it, giving it a nice shadow cast on her head. You can see put this more in the center, and then you can kind of see how deep it goes. So it's a really massive, creepy, cloaky hood with a big, long tongue, spikety toes, spikety forearms. So she's pretty cool.
Yeah, and let's finish that off with Miles Morales. You can't have, Maximum Venom without Miles, right?
Exactly. So here's Miles from the new Maximum Venom animation. He is the same scale as what you'd expect from Miles in the past. We've done a couple variations of him already. And this one has giant clawed feet, kind of oversized slightly, and oversized oven mitt claw hands as well. The texture on his head is sculpted, so it's got a kind of a cool raised web feel across his head and forearms, going down into his feet. And then the base body is the Miles that we've seen in the past. So once again, if you're familiar with those figures, if you have them, either of these two variations from earlier in the lines, you can see that he fits perfectly in with the scale and size. He's just got some really creepy, oversized features this time with the big hands and feet and claws. So something fun and different for this character, and it's always fun to take elements of Marvel and infuse it across other characters. Symbiote obviously works perfect, and a wonderful tie-in for the Spider-Verse. So it was kind of cool to do a couple of these figures.
Yeah, that figure actually, if you love that Maximum Venom type of look, don't forget we also had this year a Venomized Captain America. So like Ryan already mentioned, and at the bottom of the screen you probably saw, but the pre-order for this wave is going to be starting at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Check it out at Hasbro Pulse. So yeah, let's see what else we got for the fans today, Ryan.
All right, what else we have? We have an item that we did not code name in our system, so it's been out there a little bit, but this is the fourth Walgreens exclusive here in the U.S. The theme this year has been kind of Avengers-y. We had Iron Man 2020, we had Moon Knight, and so the figure coming out later this fall for Walgreens in the U.S. and in Canada at EB Games is, of course, Silver Centurion. So this is one of the armors that we haven't done. I believe in 6-inch. I think there was an older 3 3/4, but this was that kind of coming out of that story where Tony Stark was not at being Iron Man for a while. Rhodey was taking up the armor, and then Tony had to come back for whatever reason and built this new suit. So it's really cool. Dwight's going to talk you through it. Let's take a look at the impact shot of them. So he comes with a bunch of different blast effects.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff. Totally fills out the package. He's got enough blast for his hands and or his feet. It's the same overall scale as our 80th anniversary Iron Man, which everybody seems to have taken to very positively. So if you like the overall feel of that figure, you'll know what you're getting with this guy. He's got a lot of new parts, though. New PVC, the reds on his legs to match the designs from the comics. He's got an all-new torso with that new shoulder design that we're using that allows it to rotate up and around more seamlessly than used before, and you don't have to worry about the shoulder pads falling off and getting lost in the bottom of your toy trunks. They're not going anywhere on this figure, which is cool. He comes with alternate hands. He has 2 fists. He has 2 hands that have the repulsor blast. You can use the super blast, as you see in this image, and the center cones pop out of those to be used as foot repulsors or smaller blasts. So you can kind of mix and match the elements however you choose to kind of get a little bit of customization and fun to the figure. But as you can see, he is looking really nice. And all of his painted silvers, molded reds, and it's just a real cool armor, and it's fun because this is actually one that I've never worked on before. So it's always cool to visit things for the first time after all these years of appreciating and enjoying them in the comic form.
Dwight, can you give them a look of the I was really excited to see that shoulder pad technology too. Just show them how it kind of rotates completely around there.
Yeah, sure, certainly. So the shoulder pad is inset behind the shoulder ball, and it's keyed into the torso. So it rotates forward and back, and the arm still rotates out. But some of the older designs, the shoulder pads would actually be keyed and they'd flip up out of the way. Now it looks very seamless in any way you turn it, all the way around. And you can still pose him in any way you would want, but you don't have to ever worry about that thing falling off and getting lost because it doesn't come out. It doesn't come out because it's trapped within the ABS torso.
So especially cool for an Iron Man figure if you wanted to put him in kind of a hands above his head flying out pose. The shoulder pads will just go, perfectly. So I was really excited to see that. So that is the Silver Centurion. Again, he is coming out later this fall and not going up for pre-order today. If the pre-order date gets locked in, we'll of course let you all know, but that will be at Walgreens in the U.S. and EB Games in Canada. So that is our last look at a whole entirely new figure. Wanted to next move to a topic that is winding down, but we're still super excited for it. Of course, this is our Haslab Sentinel project, and I think you guys have we posted that video yesterday of the team in our HFE design team building the Sentinel. You can see how many pieces it is and the scale of it. But just a reminder, we are winding down. The campaign is a little over a week away. It's going to end. So want to just have this nice visual representation. You don't want to be left out. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Once that opportunity is gone, it's it. So if you're on the fence about it, and you're able to do it, jump right into the Sentinel. Just to recap where we stand with the Sentinel package, you get that 26-inch tall, fully articulated Sentinel. We went back and we added in a second bendy wire tentacle, so you could have one for each palm there should you choose to do that. It also has a 6-inch Bastion figure with a Sentinel Prime alternate head. He's down in the corner there. And then kind of, quicker than we anticipated, but we had built in 3 tiers at varying levels, and they were all met super quick. So thank you to all the fans for the support. From left to right, we've got that oversized Master Mold alternate head. In the middle there, we've got the combo of the battle damage normal head with the battle damage hand, his right hand there, you see, with the fingers blown off there. And then lastly, we added a second 6-inch figure, the female Sentinel Prime. So all of that, everyone gets everything you see there. And so, we think it's a pretty good value. I mean...
Wait, wait. Yo, Ryan, Dwight, I think I got some breaking news, man. Yo, quick. Breaking news.
Breaking news. What could that be? All right. Well, Dwight talked about Ben's team doing the great job with the Venom packaging. There's a huge team back at Hasbro in all the disciplines that really bring this line that we all love to life. Dan, myself, and Dwight happen to be the 3 folks who you just have to see the most, whether you like it or not, on these live streams and at conventions. So we're kind of a 3-headed monster, if you will, a little bit. You always see the 3 of us. So that inspired us of what we could do for the Sentinel. So we are very pleased to announce another tier for the Sentinel, which will be unlocked at 16,000 backers. We are currently at a little over 14,000 globally, and you can see it here. Dwight, take them through this extra accessory.
Yeah, this is something that we've been working on just for the last couple of weeks, and as early as this morning, I was reaching out to our wonderful friend Jesse Falcon, who says hello to everybody. I forget sometimes that it's 3 hours earlier where he lives, so I sent him texts sometimes when I get up, forgetting the fact that I'm waking him up at 4 or 5 in the morning. So while Jesse says hello, I have to say, sorry, Jesse. But we were going through this guy to make sure that he was happy with it. And he had some great insights as far as how we should deco this thing. So with Jesse's help, we are looking to do a Tri-Sentinel head with 3 different face plates and 3 different color palettes so that you can really get credit for the 3 different sizes of this big guy. On the far left, you see kind of the standard variation with all these cool cords and cables coming down to kind of represent creepy teeth on the silver faceplate. And in the middle of the screen, you have a golden faceplate with this is kind of the crowd control version. So it's kind of got the speaker vents and the projection piece for the mouth. And on the far right, you have a bronze faceplate with multiple repulsor cannons. So this is the, get the hell out of the way mode for the Sentinel if it wants to blast the hell out of whatever's in front of it. So all versions will have translucent eyes so that when you position whatever face in the forward fronting view, they will glow like the eyes of the other heads. And it's just a real cool, another piece of Marvel and X lore that was really fun to work on. And here you see it attached to the body itself.
So to be clear, for those of you who may not be familiar from the comics, this is one alternate head that has 3 different faces around it, and you can rotate it, to look at any of the gold, silver, or bronze profiles that you wish to display. So one huge new alternate head to make another character. If you have multiple Sentinels or you want to display your one Sentinel in multiple ways.
Man, I gotta convince my girlfriend to get like a 6th one now. I don't know I'm gonna do that. You guys need to help me out there. But overall, thank you guys for always backing us. Whoever's backed us already, it's time to get another one. And if you haven't gotten one already, what you doing, man? Come on, help us out. Let's go. Let's get that ultimate.
August 24th at 11:59 p.m., end of the day, Eastern Standard Time, and then it will be no longer available. So if you're on the fence, jump right in now. So that was a really fun Sentinel Haslab project announcement, and then we just wanted to close things out here on our brisk Fan First Tuesday event with some teasers we like to do. This is just information, nothing too specific. We want to get those speculation online going, and so we have a couple of facts about upcoming future Legends figures that will give you some hints as to who they are. So we've got a couple of them here think I'm going to jump into the first one here. So we will be doing a character that was in the Toy Biz 6-inch Legends line, but never Hasbro 6-inch Legends line. That's teaser number 1.
All right, number 2. This is a character that'll be in the line that was done in the early years, pre the new standard for Legends. So there's a guy from the Hasbro side, possibly from the Toy Biz side as well, but from the Hasbro side that is going to be getting a significant update coming this year, next year. How are we doing this? My brain's mush.
It's this year, Dwight.
This year. Yeah, you won't even have to wait that long.
There you go.
All right, the third teaser here. It's a character that Hasbro did in the 3 3/4 Marvel Universe / Infinite series / the several rebrands, but it has never been in the 6-inch line. So we will be upscaling this character into an awesome new 6-inch figure.
All right, and last but not least, our last tease is going to be a character that has never had an action figure before. So tell us what you think these characters are going to be. These are all actually going to be figures that are going to be coming out in 2020. So let us know what you think those 4 are.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. We are in and out in under half an hour. How about that? Venom Wave, movie Venom, Venom Pool Build-A-Figure, up for pre-order later today. Get hyped for Silver Centurion coming later this year. Sentinel, of course. Again, we added the Sentinel Accessory once we get to 16,000 backers, which we are fast approaching with 1 week left, and then some fun things for you to ponder. Anyone else have anything to offer up?
Well, I mean, you mentioned Venom, the movie one, and we talked about his symbiote kind of cool, slimy skin, right? And this is I know the summer is coming to an end. It's wrapping up, which is sad. But it's important to remember that you got to take care of yourselves. That sun out there in that sky is still very big and very bright. And if you're not careful, you can get burnt pretty bad. You don't want a really bad sunburn. Burns really hurt. They really mess things up. So, you don't want to be left out there without your proper skin condition, whether that's lotions or whatever it is. Just, take care of yourselves out there, people. It's still very hot in the summer, and I don't want to see anybody get torched over the next couple of weeks before, 2020's been tough already, guys. Let's not make it any tougher on ourselves. Take care of yourselves, all right? And each other.
That's a great public service there. All right. Well, thanks everyone. Hit us up in the comments with your feedback today. Everyone, have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
Take it easy, guys.
Peace.